given the codes, how we can represent different numbers which we come across in our daily life in by using different codes in the binary form. So there are different types of codes actually, and these codes are helpful actually to represent various numbers, because digitally or in our hardware we have two kinds of signals only, 0 or 1, right? So to represent various things like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the decimal numbers. So decimal numbers are usually the numbers which we are familiar with and we prefer to work in. So how to represent them in our digital machines? We also come across with something like, say, alphabets, A, B, C, D, all those alphabets. And then, of course, representing alphabets on digital machines also requires some kind of codes. So that's what is the relevance of the codes. So the codes are useful in doing that. So we will here be concerned only with the this what you call coding the numbers. Then towards the end we will be talking about how we can code the alphabets as well. So first is a very simple way of coding your decimal numbers, and that is called straight binary code. As the name indicates, straight binary code means representing the decimal number in its exact equivalent binary form. Equivalent means you convert a number to the binary form as we have discussed it till now, and then that is the binary code for that number. That's one very simple straight code. This is called straight code. For example, if you have to write down, say, 0, so in straight binary code it is, say, let us suppose we are following 4-bit system, then it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 4 times 0, right? If you're writing 5, what will be 5, 0, 0, no, 0, 1, 0, 1, isn't it? 5 will be 0, 1, 0, 1, because last one will give you 1, least significant bit. Then next 0 refers to 2, next 1 refers to 4, 4 plus 1, 5. So 0, 1, 0, 1 is 5 in straight binary code. So I'll be showing a table in the next slide where we will be comparing all those codes. Next is next. So I don't need to discuss examples for this code. So we have till far, so far doing this this code itself. Next code is natural BCD code. BCD means binary coded decimal. So basically, binary coded decimal means that we are actually, suppose we have a number which is, say, 23, 2-digit number in decimal number form. So how do we code a particular digit of a number is that every digit is assigned a set of 4 bits, and then we represent each number with the corresponding binary number. That is called binary coded decimal way of representing, or BCD code, natural BCD code. As an example, this 23. So basically what we do for 23, so in 23 we have 2 and we have 3. So for 3 we are fixing these 4 bits. So this is representing 3, and then this set of 4 bits is representing 2. So this is very simple, straightforward code, right? But it is good to work in terms of this code by, it is good to work with decimal numbers when we employ this code. Why? Because for every digit you have to apply a 4 set of bits, and then you have to get corresponding binary equivalent, and that's it. Correct? For example, if you have to write down, say, 264, for example. So what will that be? That will be a binary number in BCD containing how many? 4 bits for 2, 4 bits for 6, 4 bits for 4. So that's the convenience, is that, okay, I mean, you simply have to bother about getting the binary codes for numbers from 0 to 9. You don't have to bother like, okay, 264, you have to divide it with 2, keep on dividing with 2, and then find out the corresponding binary code. So that is not the case here. So that's the convenience, but there is a loss as well. The loss is that you require many additional bits. For example, in 24, for representing 23, we are using 8-bit, correct? And we require minimum 8 bits because this is a 2-digit number, correct? And a 2-digit number means 4 bits for each digit, hence 8 bits. However, if we could have followed the straight binary code, the life would have been comfortable with even lesser number of bits. So this is 23 in straight binary code. I mean, binary form. You can convert it. Is it 23? Check it. Just do a quick conversion in your notebooks. Is it 23 in straight binary form? Yes, waiting for your response. Is this 23? Well, fine. So this is the difference. Fine. So at one end we have a convenience that we don't need to do that complicated conversion process, and the loss is that you have to have additional bits. So that's, I mean, this is just a what you call optimization thing. I mean, at one end you gain, at one other end you lose. This code is also known as 8421 code. Can anyone guess why this code is called 8421 code? This is because this code actually is based upon weights assigned to the various particular bit, right? I mean, if we see here, this is its weight is 1, its weight is 2, its weight is 4, its weight is 8. So every number is represented with the help of 4 bits. That is why we are saying this is 8421 code. 8421 code. So, or simply BCD code, we can call it. So that's how, I mean, we can represent any number in BCD code. Then, I mean, there is a table. Let me show you the table first. So here you can see how we can convert a set of various numbers in decimal form. I mean, from decimal to different binary forms. So let us first look at 2 numbers itself. Just a minute. This is going out of the scale. Let me try to fix it up a little so that the full screen is visible to you. Just a moment. This table, oh, it has been going out. I don't know why is it going out. Okay, let us see. Is it better? No, let me reduce the size. Just a moment. So it is better now, huh? So binary codes are straightforward and simple. Okay. But the BCD, now try to observe BCD. I mean, right, we need only to bother for numbers up to 9. Because if when it goes to 10, we have to go to 1 and 0. So this will be 1, 0. 10 will be 1, 0. And then there will be something like, okay, 78. Then you may write 7 and then 8. So that is going to be a 8-bit number system. So that is how we can see binary coded decimal, BCD code. Now, next code is XS3 code. Let us look at XS3 code. What is this code? As the name indicates, this is actually nothing but BCD code only, but 3 decimal 3 added to the natural BCD code of digit. Let's try to first understand an example. Suppose we take decimal 2. What will be the BCD code for this? 0010, correct? 2 will be having BCD code 0010. Now what we do is, we add decimal to this, decimal 3 to this. I mean 3 to this code. So this will be 0011, correct? So what is this? This is going to give you 0101 in XS3 code. So in XS3 code, 2 would mean what? 0101. Fine. Now question is okay. And one more thing is that it is not a weight code. It is not weighted, right? I mean, you can't convert it back. You can't get 2 from this as such. So somebody has to tell you that, okay, I mean, this particular number has been written in XS3 code so that you could extract any meaning out of it. So it is always told in advance that, okay, what is the code we are following, what coding we are following. Now, okay, fine. This number, I mean 2 in XS3 code is 0101. Now you should ask why we actually need to go for this code, isn't it? It looks very complicated. Why add 3 unnecessarily? The advantage of this code is that, okay, it is a self-complementing code. Now, what do we mean by self-complementing code? Is that if you take one's complement of the coded number, I mean, suppose this is 2, correct? If I take one's complement of 2, then this gives you 9's complement of the number. And one's complement and 9's complement are both important. One's complement is very important in what you call binary numbers, and 9's complement is important when you are taking or when you are dealing with decimal number system. Why so? Okay, this will be clear shortly. Like, okay, so let us first take one's complement of this. This will be 1010, correct? 1010. What is 1010? One's complement of this is nothing but 7, isn't it? Oh, is it 7? No. It is not a weight code. Okay, this code is a self-complement, which means one's complement of the coded number yields 9's complement of the number itself. For example, XS3 code for this is 2, fine. What is one's complement of this is 1010, which is, okay, now this is also not in binary form. There is one thing which you should notice clearly. So this 1010 is not in straight binary form. So what is this? This is also in XS3 code. Means if you are following XS3 code, you have to stick to XS3 code. If you are sticking with XS3 code, if you have to follow the same, correct? So what is this number back in XS3 code? How to get this number? Now the question, you may ask a question. Okay, how will I get actual number back from code which is given in XS3 form? So what we have to do is, actually we have to take subtract, say binary 3, because to get it, what we had done, we had added 3, correct, to get the XS3 code. So to get the number back is, we have to subtract XS3. I mean 3 has to be subtracted now. Means we have to subtract 1 from this. So what will that give us? So 1 means 0 minus 1 will be 1. There has to be 1 borrow. So 1 borrow will come from here to here. Okay, you do it in your notebook. That will be better. You subtract from here 3 from this, I mean 0011, and check if the number coming finally is 7 or not. I hope you're getting my point, what I'm trying to say. So we have to check. This is 2 in XS3 code. Well, then this is some number which is one's complement of 2 in XS3 code, correct? Now we have to verify that this is nothing but 9's complement of this number 2. So means 9's complement of 2 will be what? 7. How to find out 9's complement of a number? You have to subtract the number from 9. Okay? You have to subtract the number from 9. So 9's complement for 2 is 7. Say 9's complement for 6 is how much? 3, and so on. Okay, is it coming out to be 7 or not? Yes, is it coming out to be 7? I hope you are into the discussion and you are not confused with this. Is it clear till now? I mean, is XS3 code okay? Are you fine with this, or there is a question? I may try to explain it again if there is a confusion. Yes, please. Are you able to hear me? I am not seeing any response from your end. Am I audible there? Okay, so can you please confirm if that number, which was 1's complement of 2 in XS3 code, is indeed 7? Verify it. Is it 7? So, and why is 9's complement important? Is because it is helpful in subtracting. Once we subtract any two numbers in decimal number system, 9's complement is helpful. Let us do another example. Okay, let's do another example. Let us take 6 itself. Fine. Can you write down what you call this one? Can you write down XS3 code for 6? What will be 6 in XS3 code? Oh, what is Abhi Kashyap asking? You have to subtract 9 from 1's complement? No, we don't have to subtract 9. Your 1's complement is in XS3 code form. If it is in XS3 form, then to get the number back, you have to subtract 3, because in XS3, 3 has been added to the binary numbers. So what will be XS3? What will be the, how to get back from XS3 a number? I mean, how to get the number back from XS3 code? You have to subtract those 3. So I means you have to subtract 0011 from the number. And the number coming out then will be in straight binary form. Not binary, but it is in BCD form. Because if you have 2-digit numbers, then you have to be cautious. Is that clear, Abhi Kashyap? All right. So now you all please write down the XS3 code for 6. Okay, 1001. Is it so? Okay, correct. Now, can you find out 1's complement of it? What is 1's complement of this is 0110. Straightforward, right? Now, is that number 9's complement of 6? First, let me know what is 9's complement of 6? What is 9's complement of 6? Yes. What is 9's complement of 6? Anyone? No one is getting? Why you are taking so long? It is 3, correct? Now you check that is the number, this one, which you got, 1001. Is this number 3? It should be 3, but how? Right, we need to check. So how? Now this number is in XS3 form. It is not a weighted form. I mean, the binary number bits are not weighted here. So that is what you have to be careful. Now, how to get the number back is, you have 1001. Out of this, we have to subtract 0011 in binary form. So what is this equal to? This is 0. There is some trouble here. I don't know. 1 minus 1, 0. Then you have 0. Yes, are you getting 3? Is anyone able to get 3? Yes, 1001. So 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 0 minus 1 would require a borrow from the next side. This is 1, 1. Yes. Is it 3? Wait, what are you doing, Bacho? Anshul, it is not 3 which you are getting. Isn't it? This is nothing but 4 plus 2, 6. 0, 0, 1, 1. How are we getting 0, 0, 1, 1? Ranjal? Yes. Okay, I wrote it wrong way. Fine, that is fine. Okay. I mean, it has to be 0, 1, 1, 0. So final answer will be 3. Correct. So, okay, what is the good point here is that uh, if you take a number in XS3 code, then 1's complement of the number is nothing but 9's complement of the same number in decimal form. Fine. And that 9's complement is useful while we are doing subtraction operation in the decimal number system. Fine. So that's what is the advantage of this XS3 code. So you can see some numbers here written in XS3 code. Now again, XS3 code is a BCD. It is a form of BCD code. I mean, same number uh, 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 and 3 added to it, right? 3 means 0011. So what will be 0 in XS3 code? This will be 0011. What will be 1 in XS3 code? This will be 0100. What is 2 in XS3 code? Now you can do the addition business and can get the numbers accordingly. And what if you have to write down 10 in XS3 code? What will be 10 in XS3 code? Yes, can you please calculate 10 in XS3 code? Very good, Subhash. You are very professional. You have to mark your attendance. All others also, please mark your attendance. But make sure, Subhash, you stay online. Huh? Okay, what is 10 in this, what you call XS3 code? Ten in XS3 code. No. Divyanshi, how did you get 10 here? I can't understand. Disha, can you explain, Divyanshi, how you got 1101? 10 in XS3 code? So 10 actually can't be written in 4 digits, 4 bits. You have to, oh Subhash, what are you doing, man? 10 means, now see, okay, fine, correct. You have to write down 1, 0, correct? So because it is also BCD code, for each digit, you have to use 4 bits. So 1 in excess 3 is 0, 1, 0, 0, correct? So 1 is 0, 1, 0, 0, and what is 3, sorry, what is 0? In excess 3 code 0, 0, 1, 1. So what Subhash have written is correct. Pranjal, I don't know how you arrived at 10. There is some problem. I don't know what. How you wrote this. 10 means, so what you have, okay. Others. Now can you decode what Pranjal has written in what you call XS3 code? You have to get it back to the decimal form. What is this number in decimal form? What is this number in decimal form? Okay, this will be an exercise of converting back from XS3 code to decimal code. What is this equal to? This is 80. How? Because if you go back to the table, what is 8? 1011, correct? And then a 0 is written correctly. So Pranjal, I don't know what you did wrong way, but okay, I hope it is clear. So let me give you another, okay, let us, rather than giving another example, let us first discuss, there is another code which is appearing here on your screen in the last column, which is gray code. So what is gray code? First, let us understand gray code, then we will do some examples. So basically gray code is nothing, but it's a very simple code in which what we do actually is that the only difference between two neighboring decimal numbers is of one single bit. This is something interesting you should note. It's a very useful code in which a decimal number is represented in binary form in such a way so that each gray code number differs from preceding and succeeding number by a single bit. So whatever number you take, then this will be differing from the previous number by only single bit. Let us do some example. Otherwise, it's a little complicated to understand. So let us take case of 5. So 5 is written like 0, 111. Now again, you will ask, okay, how we got 5 to be this one? This doesn't come straightforward as such. We need to actually understand it with this examples. Okay, so let us take, we have a single bit number system. Single bit means only one bit. This refers to the first point here. So in first bit, 0 will be written as 1 bit. There will be only 2 possible numbers. So in decimal form, if 0 is written as 0, and in gray code also it is 0. Now if you go to 1, in gray code it will be 1. So when you go from 0 to 1, only 1 bit changes. It is very, very straightforward, and you won't get it unless you move to the 2-bit number system. Now here the things will be more clear. So 0, how we write in 2-bit number system, it is 0, 0. Now 1, 0, 1. Now notice here that when we went from 0, 0 to 0, 1, only 1 bit changed, and that bit was this one. So this bit changed from 0 to 1. Other bit remains same. So if you have a 4-bit system also, you should have, only 1 bit should change as you go from a particular number to the neighboring number, means to the next number. Fine. So if that condition is kept in mind, what will be 2? Now, if we write down 2 to be equal to 1, 0, as in the straight binary form, then you are changing 2 bits. You are making this 0 to be 1 and this 1 to be 0. So we are changing 2 bits actually in that case. That's not gray code. In gray code, you are allowed to change only 1 bit. So if you say, okay, let me change this bit, the least significant bit. So what is the possible option? The possible option is only making it 0 because it is already 1. That we can't do because that has already been booked for 0. So what is the next way out? Rather than changing this bit, we change this bit. So 2 in gray code will be 1, 1. I hope it is clear now to you. Similarly, 3 in this gray code will be, now see, now again from, while we go from here 2 to 3, you will be allowed only to change single bit. Now which bit we can change? If I change, okay, this one, 1, let me make it 0. Then I'm back at 1, because 0, 1 will be this 1. This is not possible. We can't write 3 with 0, 1 because it is already reserved for 1. So how we can write down 3 now is, let us change this bit now. So this is 1. The next one is going to be 1, 0. I hope it is clear. Is this clear to you all, or is there any question from gray code part? Is the gray code clear? Is the gray code clear? Am I audible there? Thank God I am audible. Okay, now what you do is you follow 3-bit system, and you know in 3-bit system up to what point we can write down the counting? This can go up to 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct. Now you have to write down counting from 0 to 7 using gray code. So you use gray code and write down in gray code the counting from 0 to 7. And when you're typing it on screen, you should write down on left hand side the decimal number like 0, then a dash, then corresponding gray code. Say 0 dash or equal to, you can say equal to, okay, 0 equal to 0, 0, 0 in gray code. Correct. What is 1 in gray code? That is equal to 0, 0, 0. Only one bit is allowed to change. So we begin with change in least significant bit. So 0, 0, 0, 1 will be, let me write down first two numbers. So 0 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, 4-bit number system. And 1 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 1. Because only one bit is changed. Here if you notice, only least significant bit is changed. So what should be 2 in gray code? What should be 2 in gray code? Very good. What should be 3 in gray code? Everyone try. No, yes, write it like this. 3 in gray code. Oi, what are you doing? Pranjal seems to be doing something wrong. 3 is what? Not 4-bit. We have to follow 3-bit number system. I said 4-bit. I'm sorry for this. Okay, because we have to go only up to 7. So let's follow 3-bit number system. I'm sorry for this inconvenience. So in 3-bit number system, what is 3? Anshul says okay, okay, okay. Then what should be 4? 3, I think most of you are writing it wrong way. There is something gadbad. You are doing gadbad. No, you are not doing it properly. What is 2? Even 2 is not written correct way by many people. What is 2? Okay, what is 2 equal to in 3-bit number system? Yes, this is correct. Tanvi, fine. And what is 3 now? What is 3 equal to? Three is yes, 0, 1, 0. Correct. Subhash is wrong in some way. I mean, we have to change. Now see, what was 2? Subhash, you check. What was 2? 2 is equal to 0, 1, 1. Now in 3, you are saying 1, 1, 1. Rather than, we have to move to the most significant bit only when we are not left with any option. But here, we had an option of changing least significant bit. So 030 is a correct representation of 3. in gray code. Then what is 4 equal to? 4. 4 in gray code. 4 in gray code is 110 in 3-bit system. Correct. Well, most of you did it correct. What is 5 in gray code? 5. 5 is 111. Correct. So, Subhash, what you had written was 5. Very well. What is 6 then? 101. Very good. What is 7? Perfect. So now you know how to write down counting in gray code. Okay, here is an example. You cross-check that if you were doing it correct way or not. So this is how we can write down counting in gray code. Similarly, if you have to stick to, sorry. What happened to the table? Just a minute. Oh, here is the table. Okay. Similarly, if you have to, write down the gray code counting in 4-bit system. So here is the table. In 4-bit system, you can write down counting up to 15 following gray code in this manner. Okay. Is the gray code part clear to everyone? Or is there any question? Okay, fine. Now, having done all these codes, let us do some examples. Gray code I already told you. Then, of course, there are other codes like octal code we have already discussed. So in octal code, how we can write down various numbers? We write down numbers from 0 to 7, just the way they are. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How we write down 8 in octal code? In octal code, 8 will be 1, 0. 9 will be 1, 1. 10 will be 1, 2. 11 will be 1, 3, and so on. That's your octal code. Similarly, there is a possibility of hexadecimal code as well, where up to 9 the numbers are as such. 10 is written like A, 11 is written B, 12 is written C, and so on. So we have done all that. So I don't think we need to discuss this again in detail. Now, having done that, let us do one interesting example. Now, I'm giving you this question. Just now you have to solve it. That you have to convert 27 in various forms. So what is 27 in? First, you do first part in binary code. Means this is straight binary code. What will be 27 in straight binary code? Yes, please. Get it done. Yes. Fine. Now, what about the same binary code in? Sorry. So here is your answer. This is correct. Most of you have got it correct way because this was very simple and you have been doing it for a long time now. Now, what about next case? What will this number be in octal code? Second part. Let us do, BCD. Let us do it for BCD part first. What will be 27 in BCD code? 27 in BCD code. Very good. Yashika seems to have done it fastest. So here is your 27 in BCD code. Very good. Now you write it down in XS3 code. What will be 27 in XS3 code? Yes. 27 in XS3 code. Uh, 0101, correct, that is 2, and what is 7 is 1010, correct. So I think most of you got it correct way. Fine, that is how to write down 27 in XS3 code. Fine, that's the answer, correct. Now next one, gray code. This may take time. Okay, write down 27 in gray code. Let me check how many of you can do it. Please go ahead for 27 in gray code. Gray code, what are you doing? Is 27 this in gray code? This is gray code for 27. Actually, 5 bits are required to represent 27. So basically, this is the correct answer, 10110. So I don't know, most of you have missed it. You have to write down counting from 1 to 27. Then you will be in a position to get 27. Write down in your notebook and check if you are getting it correct way or not. 27 in gray code. Okay, that may take a little longer. I mean, you get it done yourself because I'm sure you have now understood what is how to write down gray code. So this is okay. Similarly, you can write down octal code for the same, and you can also write down hexadecimal code for the same. Fine. Uh, well, so now I think this numbers. These are two numbers I give you as a homework. So you do this as a homework. So you have to convert these two decimal numbers to these respective codes, and then some you can do just now very quickly. Binary code. This will take a little longer. You have to do division, right? Then BCD is simplest, I think. So you can write down BCD XS3 code. So by trying these examples, you can understand how we can get or how we can convert any decimal number to any of these codes which we discussed today. I'm sure you all will be in a position to get this done. You can note the assignment, or this is an exam homework. So you note the homework. In next class, I will ask about this. So, well, I mean, that's all which we want to do today. If there is any question, oh, why I have only 22 students here? Where are others gone? Mark a quick attendance again. I mean, I keep on talking and you keep on leaving the meeting. This is very strange. Your attendance, yes. Yes, yes, all those who are present. Make sure you just type your roll number. Subhash, type only your roll number, every one of you. If you, because your roll numbers are linked to your names. Well, so the final one will be the attendance because I don't know why others have left the meeting. This is negligence or over smartness, I don't know, or maybe a technical problem. So others have to explain to me why they just left the meeting or left the class before it was to end. Well, that's all for today. I hope you will be fine and take care of yourself. We will be meeting in the next class on Monday. Before this, I want to ask you for one thing. Is it okay if we do this class on Friday on the same time? I mean, not at 9:30 to 10:30, but from 12 to 1. So will it be okay for all of you?